Subscribe to ULO for all your festival and weekend racing tips. Later in the week, be sure to check into our ULO Weekender podcast on Spotify, where Barney hosts Jay Seller, Katie or Caroline for some in-depth analysis of the big races coming up. We are off to Edinburgh for this Saturday's action, though we'll have half an eye on the brilliant race between Dan Skelton and Willie Mullins for the British Jumps Championship. It's on a knife edge between the pair, as Willie tries to defend his title, having looked out of the race altogether before the Aintree Festival. It just goes to show, a week is a long time in racing, just like politics. Up at Musselburgh there's some classy types on show, but later on, Zaffa might be worth a small wager for Julie Camacho in a Class 3 handicap that doesn't look the strongest on paper. This Zoffany mare gets her ground here, and should have too much class for Mick and David Easterby's reach, with that trainer's Yorkshire lady not going to post, reducing the quality opposition in this field. Zafire to score in a race that shouldn't take too much winning. It is a tricky little poser for the closer, but Ballon d'Or could be the answer with Oisin Murphy in the hot seat. That said, it's not the best of draws widest of all in stall 12, so Oisin has his work cut out to get a good track position for this 5-furlong sprint. There's a big advantage to front runners on this course, especially so over the sharper trips, so Zarzini, Nix and Arecibo all have claims. But Oisin Murphy is taken to produce some magic, and get Ballon d'Or into a winning position. Every chance. Saturday's nap lines up in the Sprint Cup handicap, which can go to American Affair for Jim Goldie. He won over course and distance on his seasonal reappearance last year and looks sure to put in a decent run once again, though the draw in stall 9 does ask a question for this 5-furlong dash. JM Jungle is always to be noted in these sprints, as are Michael Dodd's runners, so Tattersall looks the each-way angle, but American Affair can win the Sprint Cup. Our next best is Wild Waves, going to post in the Queen's Cup. Top weight Emmerich from Carl Burke's Inform Spigot Lodge Yard is sure to get plenty of support, but Andrew Balding's Wild Waves can see him off. Although down the field in the St. Leger when last seen, Wild Waves wasn't totally outpaced in that classic, and can come on again as a 4-year-old having been gelded. Oisin Murphy has been notching up the winners, so Wild Waves is preferred over Emmerich and Wise Eagle. Opening the card on Saturday, it could pay to side with Wiltshire Lad, as the Wooten Bassett gelding lines up for Andrew Balding for the first time. The retirement of Sir Michael Stout from Freemason Lodge has given the Inform trainer some nice types going into the Parkhouse stables, and Wiltshire Lad is just one for owner Saeed Suhail that has made that move. George Bowie's Invited and Carl Burke's Castle. Stewart both hold claims, but Wiltshire Lad benefits from a preferable higher draw over this trip, so with Oisin Murphy up top gets the vote. Next up, Lucinda Russell's Day in Mar Nutin ran on well to nab third place here last Sunday, with veteran stablemate Guidor just a length ahead, but can go 2 better to score on Saturday. This Phoenix of Spain gelding rattled up a hat-trick over a mile at the end of last summer, so that is probably his best trip, but with a decent draw in stall 9 and the withdrawal of William Haggas's Walifi, every chance to capitalise in this valuable contest. Jenny Candlish's Al Zahir has been given a £7 rise for last week's Thirsk win, so Charlie Fellowes' Rocky Mountain Way might prove the main danger. Day in Mar Nut. In remains unexposed and can go in under Paul Mulrennan. For the Darley Maiden Stakes, Charlie Fellowes' Ivat showed enough in his one outing at Newmarket last October to get the nod. The Gaiath progeny are starting to look very good at these middle distances, so Ivat is preferred to the Nathaniel-sired pair of Wise Counsellor and Amalfina in an interesting maiden. Ivat to endorse his Derby entry with a win in this valuable race.